Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This channel is all about faith, femininity, and fashion. In today's video, we're going to talk about the beautiful island of Curaçao. Oh, how I miss it. By the end of this video, you should have a clear understanding of what to expect if you're ever end up going to Curaçao, which I highly recommend, especially as a solo female traveler. So if that sounds good to you, let's get into the video. The first tip on how to have an amazing trip in Curaçao is to book your flight and resort in advance. When I say book it in advance, I mean together. There's usually deals out there on the internet that you can find where you can get a deal for a flight and a resort package together. It's a few thousand, especially because of COVID. The prices have gone up, but I have found that Curaçao was one of the cheapest in that little island. I went with Air Canada. As you can see in the video, Air Canada was one of the options, and I think it was one of the cheapest options, although food was not provided because I didn't want to pay extra. They did have entertainment, so a lot of recent movies were there, and Wi-Fi is available, but again at a price, so don't be expecting to have free Wi-Fi. But it was a nice flight. It was about 5 to 6 hours. I might be lying, but I'll let you know down here how many hours it was. The resort I picked was called Dreams Curaçao, I believe. If I'm not sure, I'll put it down here. Again, it's called Dreams Curaçao. It's a very nice resort. From what I picked that resort specifically because of the aesthetic. I like what I see, and it was just nice. It was friendly. All the staff were super friendly. The people there like to help you a lot. There's a lot of families, so it's not a adult only resort. It was open to everyone. But when the time I went, there wasn't a lot of children, so that was a good thing. But I was there for about a week, so 7 days in total, and I really enjoyed my stay. The next tip on how to have an amazing trip in Curaçao is get to know the people. So a little fun fact, not fun, but it's a historical fact. A little historical fact, Curaçao was an island. There was nobody on the island from what we knew. Actually, I lied. There were indigenous people, but all the indigenous people were killed off, unfortunately. And a lot of the slaves from Africa, especially Angola, which is my background, were enslaved to Curaçao where they were put to work. So a lot of the population is Black, so I was very pleased with that, where I was able to blend in and actually look like a local. I've had many interactions where they thought I was a local and they spoke the language papiamento to me, and I'm like, oh, no English, no, I only speak English. But that was just very nice too, and everyone there is super nice. They'll try to help you. Of course, there's always going to be that one or two cat calling, but other than that, everybody's super welcoming. They're bilingual, multilingual. They speak English, French, Spanish, papiamento, and Dutch, I believe. So about 5 languages that they're taught in school. You can always be comfortable because at least one person knows how to speak your language, which is English. So I had no trouble finding or communicating with the locals there. The next tip I have for you when it comes to having an amazing trip in Curaçao is explore the island. The island is already not that big enough, so there is no excuse to want to go from point A to point B in one day. Especially Clean Curaçao means Little Curaçao, which is a smaller island of Curaçao that I went to in one day, and I was able to explore that little island in like less than an hour because it is that small. It's there's no population, there's no one living there, so you really just can go in the daytime. And I took a boat trip, and they provided food, drinks, and a little cabin that you can put your stuff and relax at. So I'll put down the link of the website I booked it at. And I also did an island exploring where I was able to explore the island with somebody who actually lived on the island. So we went to a private beach, we went to a couple of places where enslaved people lived and what they turned it to now. There was one section where we went to visit the factory of, it's called the Curaçao drink. I'll put a picture right here in this section, and it was actually really good. I got to see the factory, how it was made. A lot of historical factors come from everywhere around the world. Portugal, Spain, Germany, like there's so many like links to every part of the world that is just an amazing country of what it has developed because of all these influences. There was good and bad history, of course, but it was really interesting to see that all the historical sites were still there, and I was able to see what they turned it into. I was able to explore Punda, which has a lot of the historical buildings from like 19th centuries while my people were there enslaved, and it was really exciting to see how they keep the maintenance. Obviously I didn't get to see every single thing, so there's other things you could do, like going to see the turtles, go on motorbikes. There is actually like an excursion where you can like rent a motorbike and you can go through like the lands, and apparently it's really cool. But obviously I was alone, so I didn't want to do that by myself. But maybe next time when I do take somebody, I'll do that with that person, and I'm sure it's gonna be really fun. So even if you go alone, I'm sure you can do it. I just didn't feel comfortable doing it by myself. And there's also Punda night, where it's like the downtown Curaçao, where you can I think it's every Thursday. There is live music, there's dancing, there's like a little festival, like a little carnival that you can enjoy every Thursday night. But I couldn't stay because, again, female, alone, and I didn't know anybody, so I wasn't trying to stay at night and downtown Curaçao. But again, if I take somebody again, I'll probably do that and have fun. I'm sure it's super fun, and I wish I could do it, but I just didn't feel comfortable. It took me so long just to have dinner by myself. Imagine, like, yeah, I can't. I personally can't. I don't know about you, but I can't. So I'm pretty sure that you can ask the locals there of other things to do. People who work at the resort are usually people in their 20s, late 30s, so they are young, they know what's going on, they know what's popping, so you can ask them. And honestly, I made a friend. I followed her on Instagram, and I'm there. She's cool. Like, I love her, and like the people who work there are super, they're down to earth, and they just talk to you like you're there having a conversation with you, not telling you anything, because I actually love that. I've been to places where it was just like trying to get a green card type of vibe, but honestly, Curaçao, like, you cannot go wrong with Curaçao. I would love to visit the sister islands, so when I get a chance, I'll definitely do that. But now, at this point of the video, you probably learned some things that you could do at Curaçao to have an amazing trip, to have an amazing vacation, relax, stress-free. Hopefully you can follow some tips that I shared with you, some things that you could do, and have an amazing trip. And hopefully you can follow some of the things I did and some of the things you could do by asking the locals, and hopefully have an amazing trip in Curaçao. I really hope you have an amazing trip in Curaçao. Take it from me, you will have an amazing trip. If you follow these steps, you will have an amazing trip. I also forgot, I went to visit the flamingos, and there is a whole vlog about my Curaçao trip. I'll put it right here. So if you click on this video, you'll see how my Curaçao trip went. It's a very chill vibe solo trip, you know, my first full trip actually, but not the last. While you wait for the next video, I post other videos about femininity, faith, and fashion, so make sure to watch these two videos as well. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next time.